Here I am at Navarro. This used to be the Grand Union. Now it's a Navarro pharmacy. When I was a kid, this is one of the first places I went to when I started the carnivore diet. Again, back then it was a Grand Union supermarket. The interior really hasn't changed much. It's just laid differently because they don't have the refrigerated section in the back anymore. There used to be the dumpster in the back. This is the first place I ever started getting food from the dumpster. So it's interesting, the building is still here. It really hasn't changed that much. I mean, it has changed. They took out the entrances that used to be on the side. And there are some changes, but it's not really that much different. Anyway, so what did I come here for? Well, I'm having a hard time getting washing soda, so what I have to do, I need some detergent for my washing machine, so I came here to buy the bag of the cheap stuff. It's on sale for $8. That Roma detergent, which is basically sodium carbonate based. It's the lowest priced with the least amount of additives, so that's what I use when I can't find the stuff I really need. So I got it over here in the bag. And if you're not familiar with Navarro, it's actually the same company that owns CVS, which I hate, but again, this was here before CVS bought it, and they do sell more of the budget conscious Latin American stuff. Looks like the rain has gone away, and hopefully it'll stay away, but you never know with this weather. It's just crazy. I think the rain is over. Looking to the west, looking north, I see clouds to the south and the east. That's the direction the rain was moving in. So I think we're pretty much over that. Well, here is the rebuilt Burger King. As you can see now, they have 2 drive-thrus. And they made it a black, white, and gray box like everything else. Although it does have this interesting front that says Home of the Whopper, and it says it's open 24 hours. But they don't seem to have the outfits they used to wear. It seems to be order here at some computer terminal. They do have a desk, but when I was a kid, they used to have these microphones very similar to mine. You used to see it in the commercial. Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders, don't upset us. All we ask is, let's see, all we want is for you to have it your way. Something like that, I don't remember. Been a long time. Have it your way. Uh-oh, this bag is coming apart, so we're gonna have to hold this one up on the handlebars. All right. So let's see, we got somebody with a turn signal. All right, that's good. Whether they pay attention to pedestrians is anybody's guess. Anyway, it is Thursday. So Thursday night there will be Mitch. He has his private community live stream. So I'll be joining in that if I get home in time. I think I'm pretty much going to get home now because I've been able to get away from the traffic. There is somebody kind of blocking the way to the bridge. Let's see if we can make it through here without having a disaster. Okay. Walk that slow. Oh, all right, no problem. There we go. All right. Okay, we're back in the track here. Now I got this hole over here they never fixed. It's a little risky, but we'll make it. I've had several of my viewers talk about how dangerous this trip seems to be, and there are plenty of hazards. There's sharp edges and things sticking out. There's potholes everywhere. if you're not fit and you're not aware, it's easy to have an accident. But I go this way all the time and I'm fine. Let's see, is the camera still working? Yes, it is. What I want to talk about right now is YouTube. Some of the channels that I watch, one of them actually is just not making videos anymore. There's been a lot of complaints about how YouTube doesn't pay much. Some of the channels that we watch, they complain about how YouTube censors everything. I've had videos deleted by YouTube. My duck catch and cook video was deleted. Even though I didn't actually show Mr. Ducky in the guillotine, I did grab him afterwards. Sounds like a watercraft, jet ski, or whatever that thing is coming along. They tend to go pretty fast over here. But there is, of course, issues with YouTube videos, and we know that. There it goes. And one of the things that I've noticed lately, unless you're one of the really big channels that has a lot of subscribers, the videos are going away. You have a lot of these AI generated videos that are everywhere. YouTube seems to really recommend the AI content. I get a lot of it myself. But I've gotten to the point where even if it's good content, generally after a couple of minutes, I just get tired of it. All the voices sound about the same. The animations are pretty generic. They make a lot of mistakes, especially they had one AI generated video talking about the 1950s compared to today, and they showed images that were incorrect, said a couple of things that were incorrect, and I had to go back and look it up to make sure that I wasn't mistaken. But I was correct. And I know that the things that I know about, I keep that information handy in my head. People ask me questions all the time, and I come up with an answer. I have a friend of mine that is addicted to ChatGPT, and every time he asks his phone a question, he assumes it's correct. He had an app that identifies plants, and when he told me the name of the plant and I looked at the plant, I said, no, that's not it. But that's what my phone tells me. Like, well, I can tell you what it really is. The plant is known as sea myrtle, but the app, it said it was something else, and I can't remember what it was. And I said, that's a sea myrtle. I know exactly what that is. And after a little bit more research, I was correct. So that's just one of those things. Now, the reality is, people have become, look at all the mangoes on that mango tree. People have become very much trustworthy of these AI tools and even just regular Google searches in general, which in the past, a lot of people didn't trust the searches because they would often make mistakes. But now it seems like people have been trained to be more trustworthy of these items. All right, so what about the YouTube videos? Well, again, there are several channels that I watch. I do tend to gravitate towards the live streams because AI has not been able to make interactive live streams at this point. Although I do believe that with time, it will be possible for AI to generate and maintain live streams. So as more and more AI content becomes mainstream, I think that my interest in YouTube videos will decrease. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me see if I can, I think I can cross this now. So the fact is, most of the time when I'm listening to a YouTube video, I'm not really watching it because I'm doing something else. I may be working, whether I'm working for somebody else or I'm doing something at my home. I don't listen to or participate in any live streams when I'm driving, riding a bike, simply because I really can't. I don't get Wi-Fi. I mean, I have a tower in my yard. I can get Wi-Fi as long as I go around the neighborhood, but once I pass certain limits, it doesn't work. So you don't really see me doing too many of those lives, and I don't like to do a live when I'm driving either. I think it's distracting. But the reality is, even when I go on somebody else's live stream, a lot of times I don't see all the comments. I'll turn on the computer, I'll make a few comments, then I'll go and do what I'm doing. And then people will comment back and forth. Usually I try to watch it for the first few minutes in case somebody says hello, but sometimes I miss that. They may not highlight my names. They may say hello Rick, and there might be 2 other Ricks in there, and I can't get all of them. But on the good side, I try to get what I can. And again, if for some reason I miss anybody, don't forget that you can interact with me directly on Saturday morning, starting at 8 and going to whenever. Now, sometimes I end early because I don't want to interfere with somebody else's stream, or I may go later. But the reality is, that is the best time to catch me. I would agree. Do you agree?